You're listening to the All Equity Podcast with Kevin Marcus Miller.
And did you grow up in Winville, or where, you went to?
No, my dad was a state patrolman, so I spent. My dad is actually the first Hispanic officer in the Washington State Patrol. So he went through a class where there was also, I think, 3 African American guys like that. They were all tall white dudes, right? And then there was a first class where they had some minorities, kind of entering the force, and he got the worst stations that they possibly could have put him in. So I was in Ephrata, Wenatchee, Yakima, like all those.
My girl's from Yakima.
Yeah, Spokane. I was in all those areas, and then while I was probably in first grade, my parents relocated to Olympia. My dad started kind of working in the administration offices of the Washington State Patrol. And I was there for a couple of years. My parents got divorced. I relocated, kind of bounced between Auburn, Kent, Renton for my, through high school. And then I went to Bellingham Western, where you went. And then after that, I resided pretty much on the east side. So like Bellevue, kind of moved around, Bellevue. I did live in Woodinville for a little bit, Renton, and then Kirkland is my home now.
Got you. Okay, you're a Kirkland boy.
Yeah, I call it the pink bubble. It's pretty ridiculous. Kirkland's super nice. It's kind of like a little beach town.
I love it.
It feels like a small town in many ways, and so that's kind of nice for like raising kids and connected to the community and all that. Yeah,
I grew up in Winville, so I'm very familiar with the culture, and I was definitely one of the only black kids in school for sure.
Oh man, well, Woodinville's like everything is so far apart, right? It's like you can't. It's not even easy to go to your friend's house,
right?
You're like, you want to walk 5 miles or something, right?
You ever been over by Timbercrest in the junior high?
I don't know where that is.
That's what I'm saying. It's so in the woods.
Yeah. No, our offices are, you know where the Ride Motorsports is, that exit?
Yeah, by the
second, if you're on 522 going east from 405, it's the second exit.
Right before the Costco, right?
Yeah. And you take that exit, turn right, like you're going kind of Woodinville Duval Road, your very first left, and then our building is right there on the right.
Got it, by the home sports, the basketball spot.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's around here.
There's a little hot tub place up there.
Yeah. We have Precor is in our backyard, and then all of those Woodinville, like where some of the wineries store their wine, and they have like the tasting rooms, and that we're on the backside of that warehouse area.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a 10-minute drive from home to here, and that's not bad. The challenge with being disadvantaged, a black entrepreneur, Mexican entrepreneur, or whatever, is that you're typically not around people that are entrepreneurial thinkers, encourage you to do that.
Right. And
even like your family, probably not, your peers, probably not. And that's kind of where the challenge is that there's no one around to encourage you to do something. And then also to just peers to bounce your ideas off of, try new things. Like and because of like accidentally starting Redapt and having success, that changed the opportunities of who I was around. And, kind of like, you're starting a business and they're like, well, why aren't you thinking about this? And, you have an opportunity to be financed or grow or, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And then you kind of set new goals, right? If you don't have that kind of network, I mean, it's honestly even hard to get a job if you don't have upwardly mobile people in your network, right? So one of the things that I do is I connect with different organizations like Europe, or just connect with people randomly. And if I am drawn to somebody, or if like they, I'm like, man, this person's outstanding. They need a hand, or they need a door opened. I'll do that. Like I'm helping this young guy, Edgar. He's a DACA kid, came here undocumented, kind of really, a hardworking kid, put himself through UW, through the program. And he just doesn't have anyone that can open a door for him to get a job. So he's like way overqualified for what he's doing. We talked a little bit, and I know CEOs in town, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna open go look at the jobs at this company. I'm gonna walk you in the door. And so I've kind of been doing that stuff and helping people out. And the hope is like, just what I ask is, hey, am I only at, like, I'm not doing this, like, I don't get anything from this and I don't care. Like, that's not why I'm doing this. When I'm doing this is because I see this as a challenge. And my only ask is, like, after you get there and you make it, you do this for other people. Right. And that's how we're all going to win. Right. And just help each other out.
And it's fun too.
Honestly, it's super fun. But I don't do it because I get anything out of it. I just think it's like, I believe in doing good. And if I'm fortunate to, like, have the network I have after being in business for 25 years, and I'm, it's like, I won't help someone if they're not going to make me look good. Right. But it's like, if someone just needs a door open, then I'm more than willing to do that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. What's funny is, as you're talking, another huge part of my story is my mom, teacher for 35 years. And, one of the big reasons why I started my business is because I wanted to retire her. And she's been through any kind of racial trauma you could imagine in schools. She's experienced it first.
Yeah.
Then came back and taught in the same school she was traumatized in. So she started this diversity, equity, and inclusion consulting firm to teach these schools how to not let their kids fall on the wayside, how to, make sure that they're being uplifted as Black and brown kids, right? And so we've been consulting the Washington State Board of Education, City of Olympia, all these organizations. It's only been a year, and I scaled her business to 6 figures in 1 year. And I realized that wasn't a business thing. That was a heart thing. Right. It had nothing to do with the business. She's got all of this knowledge and to share, and probably no real, like, teachers are not entrepreneurial at all. At all.
Right. But if you, like, help capture some snippets and help her, like, kind of like develop a persona as a thought leader and someone that people feel like they should be listening to and consulting with as they tackle some of these issues, it opens up those type of opportunities. That's super cool. Yeah, I bet your mom is like, what?
She like, I made as much as I was as a teacher.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't believe it.
By the way, being like, I know teachers don't get paid a lot.
Yeah.
But they have this thing called a pension, which is not available to entrepreneurs. And, like, having at least you might die on a mattress. Like, who is that? Chris Rock that said that? He's like, you got a little money coming in.
Right. This is her last year. So that kicks in. Last year teaching is this year, and then she'll retire.
And it's about 70% of your average last 3 years or something. So it's like, you're
okay, you're
probably not going to buy a yacht or, whatever, but at least, if you're financially responsible, you do okay.
Yeah.
That's my uncle. He's like, he retired he actually was teacher, principal, and then he was kind of in the administration office. Like, kind of worked for the school district in Bellingham for the last, couple of his career. And he's loving it. Long career, man. Those guys put in a lot of time, and I don't know. God bless them.
Thanks for tuning in to the All Equity Podcast. Until next time.